The rise of AI agents is very close. Here is how to prepare. So, AI agents are rising up. Agents represent the next evolution of automations. First we had machines like in agriculture, then we had robots in factories, then came computers, and now are coming AI agents. Now, agents are essentially LLMs that are able to interact with digital environments. They can do things. With agents comes potential to automate literally anything with just an API, and that revolutionizes entire industries. Here's the dream situation. You are one of the first people in your industry to utilize agents and get ahead. Agents start taking over the industry, and you are one of the few people, one of the only people who can build them. True passive income might be possible for the first time. Passive income is largely a scam because you have to work to build it. But with agents, you might be able to build something that works for you, which has huge implications. Now, AI agents, the most effective ones, will actually be teams or swarms. It won't be individual agents. So agent swarms. Deploy an arbitrary number of agents. It could be 5, 10, 20. And you can think of it as similar to nanobots. You have teams, swarms of agents that are highly specialized. Every agent's doing one thing. And together, they are more powerful than by themselves. We are just months away from creating fully autonomous agent swarms that are self-organizing and self-improving, and the amount of people that truly understand this is so few. When building agents, use the divide and conquer approach to problem solve and specialize, divide the tasks into subtasks and target each task with a single agent. Here are what LLMs you should use. Haiku should replace GPT 3.5. If you're using GPT 3.5, just use Haiku from Claude 3 because it's cheaper and it's a lot smarter. Sonnet is the middle model. It's kind of in a weird space, but Opus is the best model from Claude. It's very expensive, but it's better than GPT-4 in some aspects. Overall, it's worse, but in creative writing, it's better. Mistol has very interesting models. Mixtral 87B is a mixture of experts models. That's open source and you can run it locally, but your PC needs to be pretty good. Mistral Large is their best model, but it's closed source right now, so you can only run it through API, really. OpenAI, of course, is 3.5. Honestly, doesn't really have a viable use case anymore. GPT-4 Turbo is a state-of-the-art model, still best available right now, but it's on the expensive side. Not as expensive as Opus, though. Now, this is a super important concept to realize when building teams of agents. You need a chat manager or a team leader or a CEO, doesn't matter what you call it, right? Every team needs a main agent that overlooks the whole group. Well, you technically don't need it, but the performance of your agents will be greatly improved if you have a CEO or a manager. You can think of it as a CEO in a normal company. The leader should be the smartest of the group to manage everyone. So make sure to use state-of-the-art model like Claude 3 Opus or GPT-4 Turbo for the leader, for the manager agent. Now, here are some common mistakes I see people make when building agents. Building and testing with state-of-the-art models, which gets real expensive real quick. Instead, use cheap models to test it out, and then when you're finished, switch to the expensive ones to get the best results. Now, occasionally, when you're building, you should do a switch maybe every 10th time, like 10% of the time you should test with expensive models and 90% just run with cheap ones. Otherwise, it will cost a lot of money. Now, AGI agents will actually overtake AI agents, and this is thinking into the future. There is a rapid shift in discussion about AGI and superintelligence that's happening right now. Tech leaders are openly talking about AGI, which makes it mainstream. Average people are still clueless, obviously, but a lot more people are talking about AGI because of Sam Altman, Elon Musk, and these influential leaders. Ondrej Karpathy, which is one of the greatest AI researchers of all time, thinks that AI agents is how AGI will take its form, rather than a single super intelligent entity. Now, here are some real-world applications of AI agents. Content creation, generating blog posts and social media content from video transcripts can save you hours. Streamlining tasks and processes across different industries. You don't always have to invent something new. You can just optimize current processes and save time. Potential to automate repetitive tasks and contribute to scientific innovation. It will not replace full jobs. This is what people don't understand. Before agents replace full jobs, they'll replace specific tasks. So like a 10% of your workflow, a certain task that takes 5 minutes, that is what agents are perfect for. Something specific, something clear. Now here are some successful agent implementations. Cold calling, like this is huge. I mean, if you have a company that does cold calling, look into AI agents, because, and later in this module, I'll show you how to implement voice, which, you know, is how you do the calls. And this can like massively increase the amount of volume and sales for your company with very little effort. I mean, you just have to set it up. Creating AI videos. You can create shorts or TikToks at a scale unprecedented before. I mean, I've seen people create thousands of shorts in 15 minutes. It's insane. Automatic email response pipelines. Everyone gets emails that are not worthy of a serious response. You can have an agent monitoring your inbox and responding automatically. Now, when thinking of AI agents, think of your pain points, your problems. What are 5 tasks that you have to do every day? 5 small tasks that could be automated with an agent. Now, rate the tasks from 1 to 10 on how complex they are. Could you use agents to automate those tasks? Well, start with the ones that are number 1, the simplest. Number 2, you know, the most annoying. If they happen every 5 minutes, you should automate that. And number 3, the least complex, you know, the easiest to automate. And if you do these lists and you see something is, you know, top of multiple lists, start with that. Start with something that is simple, that happens often, and that is easy to automate. So that's perfect use cases for AI agents. Solve your own pain points. Now, having multiple agents is key to getting great results. The more specifically an agent is tailored to a task, the more effective it will be. Break down large tasks into smaller ones for maximum efficiency. And here's the trick. Break down the small tasks into mini tasks. Now, this is like where you get really, really great agent teams. It doesn't cost you any extra money to build more agents. Do it once and you will be set forever. The illusion is that people think that less agents will save them money, but you get mediocre performance, so you have to run it more times. So you actually save money by having more agents in your workflow. Now, the rise of no-code user interfaces is here. So if you are not a programmer, pay attention. There is an emergence of platform like Oren Studio. By the way, in the next module, I'll be building self-improving AI agents with Ondrej. So if you're interested in that, make sure to join my community, link in the description. Enabling users to build and deploy AI agents without extensive programming is huge. This will unlock millions of people to build their own agents, and they don't have to do any programming. It's democratizing AI agents and empowering more people to create their own swarms, which will help us, even those who can do some programming, to get ahead faster, because we can use those teams of agents that build someone else who otherwise could not even get started. Multi-agent systems really are the future, and I'm super confident in this. So what this means is AI agents with specialized roles working together on complex tasks. Again, the more specialized, the better. Customizable workflows and interactions between agents are key. This is where the real value is created. The systems and workflows you come up with. So don't build agents that are just jack of all trades and master of none. Focus an agent on a single trade and make it master it. Prompt engineer it, as best as you can. Now learn flow engineering, because this is the next evolution of prompt engineering. Instead of, doing individual prompt engineering, which is good and still useful, start designing agent communication flows. So, how agent 1 communicates agent 3 and then calls agent 5 back. Those are flows, those charts, diagrams. Designing the correct structure and systems can be priceless. I mean, if you work for a big company or if you run a big company, those can be 7 to 8 figure problems if you design a correct AI agent system. Maximize effectiveness through hierarchical or non-hierarchical organization. So sometimes you have a CEO, and then you have some managers, and then you have agents that do the tasks. Or sometimes you can have just a team of agents that are all on the same level and get better results that way. This is why experimenting is key. Self-improving agents. This is the talk of the town. This is the future, and that's why I'm focusing the entire module number 4, the next module after this, on that. Building self-improving agents with Ondrej. AI agents that can iteratively refine their workflows and build tools. So what does it mean self-improving? Well, it's not, like the LLM is getting better. but actually it's the agent developing some sort of a system, some sort of a memory based on the task it's performing, and then this is the key part, building tools. So connecting new APIs and having more tools for itself. Once you do this, your team of agents becomes like 10 times more useful. If it can look up an API and connect a new tool, like that is huge. That is self-improvement. Agent frameworks are now enabling the creation of self-improving agents with architect, reviewer, and optimizer roles. Now this is just one example. You can obviously structure it however you want. Continuous improvement based on memory, longer context windows, and more tools. So all of these things improve the AI agents, and none of them are, better LLMs, which is what most people think of self-improving. Open source models and external APIs are huge. Powering your agents with local open source models gives you privacy and flexibility. And if the model is unrestricted, you can ask anything. You can leverage fine-tuned open source models for specific tasks within your team. So there are, like instruct or fine-tuned for function calling. There are so many open source models. It's kind of crazy, man. Just go on Hugging Face and look through the models. And adding external tools via API is the way to build great agents. It's much more important than prompting, and everybody's focused on prompt engineering. But giving your agents more tools, more APIs to access. Like imagine an agent that's completely offline, and then an agent that can browse Google, browse YouTube, do complex math via Wolfram. Like the difference is night and day. Function calling in small models. Now function calling isn't just for APIs. It's also for your own custom functions. So if you do a bit of programming, you have an advantage. Example, you can either use the LangChain Reddit tool, which is decent, or you can code your own in like 40 lines of code. HITL, human in the loop. Designing agents with human in the loop can have very surprising results, much better than people realize. i.e., when an agent gets stuck or has to make an important decision, it asks you, the human, to get it unstuck or to make the decision. Now, in the long run, the goal is to minimize human intervention. But right now, because AI agents are not perfect, it's still quite a viable strategy. Now, the ACE framework is very interesting. It's a revolutionary open source project aiming to create fully autonomous AI agents. It prioritizes cognition and thinking before taking action, which is system 2 thinking, meaning right now LLMs are doing system 1, just instantly generate tokens. ACE framework aims to have them reason, do some thinking before taking any action, just like a human does. It utilizes a layered architecture with each layer serving a specific purpose, like setting goals, planning, executing tasks, so on. The HAS framework is also very promising. It's similar to CrewAI, but more complex with focus on autonomous behavior of agents. So if you know CrewAI, if you watch the first 2 modules, you know what I'm talking about. By the way, definitely watch module number 2. I built a simple agent with CrewAI. Anybody can do it. The HAS framework utilizes a hierarchical system of AI agents. So as before I said, hierarchical and non-hierarchical. This one is hierarchical, meaning there is one CEO, like there is a CEO. There are structures, there are levels, hierarchy. You know what hierarchy is, hopefully. And it's more efficient, unlike a more flat structure like CrewAI, where everybody's on the same level. It's not used today, but it has huge potential in the future to create more effective agent workflows. So if you're a programmer, if you develop a tool that uses the HAS framework, it could be absolutely huge. And here is a better oversight visualization. As you can see, there is Supreme Oversight Board, or the CEO, which creates smaller agents, and then they delegate subtasks. And the more granular you can go, the better the performance of your agent team. Building multimodal AI agents is also super interesting. Using APIs like GPT-4 Vision to create agents that can process and understand visual information will be very popular this year. And we're already starting to see some promising projects. So combining LLMs with vision and audio will result in far more capable agents, because agents that can only do text and don't have any ability to see or hear or speak are not really that strong. I mean, you can think about a person that's both blind and deaf. Huge disadvantage, right? Now, projects like Web Voyager are today showing huge promise. There will be a link below the module if you are in my community. If not, then I would recommend you join it. But below the modules, I always include a bunch of useful resources relevant to that specific module. So I'll link the full Web Voyager demo and how to build it below using LangChain. You can also give your AI agents a voice. There are tools for adding voice capabilities such as 11 Labs, OpenAI's Whisper, or Needs AI. Also, Vappy is a new AI tool. It's a native tool for AI agents that can, you can build and deploy voice bots in minutes rather than months. And that's because everything is done through Vappy. You don't have to do any coding. You don't have to, integrate API from 11 Labs. So definitely check Vappy out if you want to build agents with a voice. Now, here is what you need to know about hardware and how to deploy your agent. There are many deployment options. I mean, you can do local, you can do cloud, you can do Docker. Now, for cloud computing, which is what you mostly use because, you'll see, but running it locally requires very good computers. So you can do Azure from Microsoft, AWS from Amazon, GCP from Google, many options, right? So if you are using APIs, if you are not running your models locally, you actually can do everything from your PC as long as it's turned on, because the code is running, but it's pinging the API. So the LLM is running on the cloud and you're just executing a short Python program. So even if you have a low budget notebook, you're fine. Oren Studio. Now this is the framework that I'll be using in module number 4 to build the self-improving AI agent. So pay attention. This is right now the most popular AI agent framework. It's a no-code UI from Microsoft, meaning you just set it up and then you don't have to do any programming. And it enables rapid prototyping of multi-agent applications without writing any code. It provides an intuitive user interface that creates agents with skills and capabilities, and it's very easy to orchestrate them and create very advanced workflows that you can't really do with other frameworks. And compared to other frameworks is like really the organizing the agents and like building the systems. This is where Oren excels at. And also within Oren there are two workflow types. The first one is called 2 agents and the second one is called group chat. 2 agents is where a user proxy agent interfaces with an assistant agent. And group chat is for multi-agent collaboration. There is not just 2 agents, you can have as many as you want. Developers can now declaratively specify agent properties, skills, and interaction patterns for each workflow using Oren. This wasn't really possible just 3 or 4 months ago when Oren was still in the works. So, the progress on AI agents is so fast. Now, you have a choice between the 2 agent for simple Q&A or the group chat for multi-step problems that require more agents. Now, Grok, the chip, allows you to build world's fastest AI agents, which honestly I might make an entire video on this. So if you're interested in that and if you want me to add this to the course, then let me know. By the way, if you're in the community, you'll get first access. Now, Grok has developed a new type of chip. It's not a GPU, it's an LPU, language processing unit. It is designed specifically for ultra-fast AI inference, and if you used Grok, you know that it's 15 times faster than ChatGPT. And that's insane, man. Now, Grok offers Grok Cloud, which provides API access to popular LLMs like Llama and Mistol. So they don't create their own LLMs, they're offering open source ones like Llama 2 or Mistol. By the way, Grok and Grok are 2 different things. The one ending with Q is the new AI chip, and the one ending with K is Elon Musk's large language model. Now, here is how the future of work might look like. Humans will be leaders of agent teams, and everyone will become a manager, everyone will become a CEO. There won't be any laborious and boring tasks that you will be doing personally. No, so you won't be wasting any potential. You'll just dedicate your team of 10 agents to do it. There will be work speeds that today are completely unheard of. Imagine if you could achieve in one day what right now you can achieve in a month. That will be possible in the next 6 to 12 months. Man, what a time to be alive. Here's the future of AI agents. Don't sleep on them. They are going to affect your life. In 2024, AI agents are going to enter the market, and it will be a revolution. Right now, they are still kind of underground, only people like me and you who are in the AI space are talking about them. In 2024, the average Joe, your barber, people that shouldn't be talking about them normally will, and it will start a massive explosion in popularity. So why not be one of the first to act? Instead, like, most people will miss out. This is literally once in a lifetime opportunity, because once the genie is out of the bottle, there is no coming back. And right now is the best time to start, because as more and more people realize the potential of AI agents, the competition will become massive. So if you are interested in building AI agents and you want to start somewhere, then make sure to check out the first link in the description is the community, and inside you will get access to the course on how to build and deploy AI agents, which I've made so simple that literally anybody can do it, even if you're not a programmer. So if you see the potential in AI agents, then check out the first link in the description. By the way, module number 4, the next one where I build self-improving AI agents with Ondrej, is coming in like the next 12 to 14 hours. So you can set an alarm and be excited for that, because it's going to teach you a lot.